Thank you, Presiding Officer. As someone who was born in Paisley, who was brought up in nearby Barrhead, and as one of Renfrewshire's three constituency MSPs, I'm delighted to have the opportunity to join colleagues from across the Chamber today in supporting the Government's motion, wishing the best for Paisley 2021 and Dundee 2023. My colleague George Adam is fond of saying, as he did earlier, that Paisley is my kind of town. And I don't think anyone would disagree with him, but I can also say that it's my kind of town too. Alex Cole-Hamilton spoke earlier very eloquently of his relationship with Dundee growing up, and I can relate to that growing up in Barrhead. Paisley was the town of dazzling lights compared to Barrhead. Paisley was where we went Christmas shopping. Glasgow was a dark and distant place we would only go on very rare occasions. Presiding Officer, just like the communities in my own constituency of Renfrewshire South, Paisley is a great place to live, work and invest in. It is a town rich in heritage, from the legacy of its mills when Paisley literally had the world in a string, to its magnificent architecture, which can be enjoyed all year round, night and day, come rain or come shine. And while Paisley has a proud past, it also has a dynamic and exciting future. Just like its MSP, while it may look old on the outside, in reality Paisley is young at heart. With an expanding array of great bars, restaurants and a developing music scene, it's clear that for Paisley, the best is yet to come. Paisley also has a fantastic community spirit, not only demonstrated in the way the town has come together to back the bid, but also brilliantly exemplified by the football fan ownership story of the St Mirren Independent Supporters Association, which I know George, while not chairman of the board, has been heavily involved in. While Dundee has had the honour of being the first Scottish city to be shortlisted for UK City of Culture, I have high hopes that Paisley will be successful for Scotland the second time around. I also believe that Dundee, after the disappointment of losing out previously in UK City of Culture, can now become a European capital of culture. While I am not a Dundee native myself, it is a great city that I have had a long-standing relationship with. 10 years ago, when I had friends who went to Dundee University, I had many great nights out, what I can remember of them in Dundee. And I know how internationally renowned it's becoming as a centre of creative and digital excellence. I was struck 4 years ago when I was in Japan, in the famous world-renowned Shibuya crossing in Tokyo, to see a huge billboard, I think it was Grand Theft Auto 5, Rockstar North Games, and to think all the way from Dundee to the heart of Tokyo, an incredible story. So just as 1990 was a very good year for Glasgow as European Capital of Culture, so 2021 and 2023 can be great years for both Paisley and Dundee. Presiding Officer, when I last spoke in Parliament on Paisley 2021 in December of last year, I said that becoming UK City of Culture would be a boon not just to Paisley but to the whole of Renfrewshire and indeed the west of Scotland. I wish to reiterate that today. The potential to create an equivalent of 4,700 jobs will bring new employment opportunities to many, including my own constituents in Renfrewshire South. The predicted boost to the local economy of £172 million could be shared by organisations in Renfrewshire South, like the community-run Bank Cafe in Neilson, the superb Papa Mac's Gourmet Kitchen in Johnston, or the award-winning Uplemere Hotel, not to mention the range of restaurants and bars at the Phoenix and Linwood. And with as many as 1.7 million attendees, those wishing to explore beyond Paisley could enjoy great attractions such as the Dams to Darnley Country Park that borders Barrhead, the Weaver's Cottage in Kilbarchan, or the gateway to Scotland's largest regional park, Clydemure Shield in Lochwinnoch. Presiding Officer, the success of Paisley in being shortlisted is indicative of the growing confidence of not only of that great town, but of many of Scotland's post-industrial communities. No longer in the west of Scotland do we say, it's not for us, and put our dreams away. And while we now walk a little taller, we take nothing for granted. We're all aware of the hard work that has been put in to get Paisley to this stage. It's certainly not been nice and easy. Now, though, we are in the final lap, and I am delighted the Scottish Government is going to be backing Paisley day in, day out, all the way. While with high-stake prestigious awards like City of Culture can feel like a zero-sum game, all or nothing at all, it's clear that Paisley and Renfrewshire have already benefited from the civic reinvigoration brought about by the bid process. As marvellous as this process has been to watch, for Paisley to win would be too marvellous for words. Presiding Officer, as we approach the announcement of UK City of Culture 2021 in December, let us start spreading the news across Scotland and beyond that it's Paisley that should win, and let's work together to make it happen.
Thank you. Who was counting the Sinatra quotes? I call on